foggy night, shadows creeping slow, whispers in the wind, where Johnny go? Blood on the hay, pitchfork gleam, midnight moon, a witness to a scream, barn doors creaking, secrets kept tight. Old man Joe seen a deadly sight, no justice found, just a broken plow, crows peck the ground, dead man's vow. Murder in the meadow, lies thick as dust, promises shattered, betrayed by trust, chaos in the cornfields.
Jimmy here with Country Diggers. Today we're going into a murder ballad called The Silver Dagger, Katie Deer / Katie Deer. And I'll be reading from The Silver Dagger, American Murder Ballads by Joshua Hampton. And also I'll be reading from mainlynorfolk.info. mainlynorfolk.info. And I'll be reading the lyrics to the song, or singing the lyrics to the song, Silver Dagger by Birch Book. So stay tuned. Silver Dagger by Birch Book. Don't sing me love songs, you'll wake my mother. She's lying here right by my side. In her right hand, a silver dagger. She says that I can't be your bride. All men are false, so says my mother. They'll tell you wicked loving lies, and then they go and find some other, leave you alone to pine and cry. My daddy is a handsome devil. He's got a chain 5 miles long. On every link a heart does tangle. Of every another maid he's loved and wronged. So find yourself another lover and hope that she might be your bride. 'Cause I've been warned and I've decided to sleep alone all of my life. All right, those were lyrics from Birch Book. And now on to the story. All right, first I'll be reading from the Silver Dagger, American Murder Ballads book. And this song can be found in Steve Roud, number 711 of the Roud, R-O-U-D, Folk Song Index, and also the George Malcolm Law's number G21, Traditional British and American Folk Songs. It is not in the Child's Ballad, but it is in those. And now I'll be reading from the Silver Dagger. Okay, the Silver Dagger, or Katie Deer. Manner of death. Double suicide by dagger. Sordid details. A man urges his lover to ask her parents if he may have her hand in marriage. After she explains that they would kill him if they knew of their relationship, he stabs himself in the heart, and in her grief, she does the same. And case file, most likely originating from the British ballad Drowsy Sleeper. This song has many variants of lyrics and tune depending on the region. Its earliest U.S. publication dates to 1849. In the 1970s, the rock group The Eagles often sang a short a cappella excerpt of the song before performing their hit Take It Easy. It was also sung by folk singer Meredith Cisco in the Jennifer Lawrence film Winter's Bone. Selected recordings: Kelly Harrell, Oh Molly Dear, Go Ask Your Mother, 1926. The Callahan Brothers, Katie Dear, Silver Dagger, 1934. The Luvan Brothers, Katie Dear, 1956. Bob Dylan and Joan Baez, Silver Dagger, 1964. Ian and Sylvia, Katie Dear, 1964. Dolly Parton, Silver Dagger, 1999. Old Crow Medicine Show, The Silver Dagger, 2001. The Chieftains, Katie Dear, 2002. The Seldom Seen, Katie Dear, 2007. And this one I just sung the lyrics to was Birch Book, Silver Dagger. And you can find that, look it up on YouTube. I put it in my playlist of murder songs, murder ballads. It's in my playlist if y'all want to go check it out. Okay, now onto the website. All right, this is from mainlynorfolk.info. Silver Dagger, Doleful Warning, Katie Dear. Louabelle Green sang Silver Dagger to Mark Wilson at Sandy Hook, Kentucky in August 1973. This recording was included in 2007 on the Musical Traditions Anthology of Folk Songs of the American Upper South. Meetings a Pleasure, Volume 1. Mark Wilson and Rod Strading noted. Alva Green, although he undoubtedly knew many songs, steadfastly refused to sing a note for us. One day I was asking him about such matters, and he said, "Oh, I think Louabelle knows that," and called out his wife, whom I scarcely met before. She had previously always hidden in the back of the house during our visits, or so I presume. This is only the second half of the song, and it may well be that when I invited her to come over to the microphones, she began where she had last left off. She was understandably very nervous. I would have liked to work with her further, but this was unfortunately the day on which Social Security checks arrive in the mountains, and Alva terminated our session soon after. Just as soon as the mailman arrived, since all of our later sessions with Alva occurred over at Francis Gillum's place, I never met Louabelle again. Her short selection gives a good representation of the common style of Appalachian singing that was undoubtedly once universal in the region. Folk Songs of the Catskills has a good note on the complications of this 19th century song, whose elements sometimes entangle those of Katie Dear. Early recordings of the ballad seem comparatively scarce and completely at odds with its popularity and tradition, possibly because its normal length is not easily telescoped to a 3-minute span. Sarah Gunning sang it for me on Road 0051, and Tommy Moore supplies a version on SF 40029. More recent versions can be found on MT321 and MT323. Okay. Sarah Ogden Gunning sang The Silver Dagger as the title track of her 1979 Rounder album, The Silver Dagger, Mark Wilson noted. To the best of my knowledge, this is the first commercial recording by an authentic singer of this well-known American ballad. Here, as in several other songs heard on this record, Sarah surprisingly incorporates a variant melody line in verse 4. She performs such exploitations consistently, a trait she derives from her mother's singing. Elvin Ramsey sang The True Lover's Warning to Mike Yates on the 30th of August 1980 at her home in Sodom Laurel, Madison County, North Carolina. This recording was included in 2002 on the Musical Traditions Anthology, Far in the Mountains, Volume 2. And Doug Whalen sang The Youthful Warning to Mike Yates on 23rd of May, 1983 at his home at Crane Branch, Madison County, North Carolina. This recording was included in 2002 on the Musical Traditions Anthology, Far in the Mountains, Volume 3. Mike Yates noted on the first album, this version of the Silver Dagger was well established in Madison County when I first visited the area. Although Cecil Sharp only published sets from Kentucky and Virginia, and I also recorded 3 of Elvin's neighbors singing versions of the song. Doug Whalen's version appears on Volume 3, Track 20 of this set. When in 1949, author Kyle Davis published his checklist of songs and ballads collected in Virginia, he was able to list 18 sets, including one recording made by Texas Gladden, the sister of Hobart Smith, who called it appropriately Broken Hearts. A version from the singing of Holy Huntley may be heard on Augusta Heritage Cassette 009, and listeners may wish to compare Evelyn's version with that recorded by Charlie Oakes and his family, Wake Up, You Drowsy Sleeper, that is reissued on Yazoo 2028. Gene and Margie York sang Katy Dear to Mark Wilson and John Harold at Corinth, Kentucky on the 4th of June, 1997. This recording was included in 2007 on the Musical Traditions Anthology of Folk Songs of the Upper South. This is spelled S-A-U-T-H, so I'm assuming it's South. Meeting's a Pleasure, Volume 1, Rod Strandling noted. This venerable old world lyric often gets entangled in America with elements of the Silver Dagger. The song is a great favorite amongst country harmony groups like the Yorks, usually in a version that seems to derive courtesy of later covers by the Blue Sky Boys and the Lovin' Brothers from a 1934 ARC recording by the Calhoun Brothers. Earlier, B.F. Sheldon recorded a haunting version of a different text on VI 40107. Dalian sang Katy Dear in 2014 on their first album, When the Day Is on the Turn. Jim Moray sang Silver Dagger in 2010 on his album In Modern History. The Shackleton Trio sang Katy Dear on their 2016 CD, The Dog Who Would Not Be Washed. Bruce Green and Louie McWhirter sang Doleful Warning on the 2017 anthology of the Appalachian ballad tradition Big Ben Killing. Doleful Warning, also known as An Awful Warning, is related to Silver Dagger, a ballad associated with Joan Baez, who recorded it as the first track on her first album, and Katie Dear, memorably recorded by the Blue Sky Boys and the Lovan Brothers. The close harmony version of Doleful Warning, heard on this album, was sung before a single microphone by husband and wife Bruce Green and Loie McGuitter. Having sung together since 1975, the duo in 2016 released Come Near My Love, an album showcasing their unaccompanied duet harmony singing style on a range of ballads and songs. Green and McGuitter pride themselves in their instinctive rather than formal or studied performance technique, as revealed in their rendition of Doleful Warning. For instance, they at times select different words with which to deliver their doleful story, such as at 0:51 seconds when Green sings took while McGuitter simultaneously sings pulled. Such an approach introduces an atmosphere of spontaneity and uncertainty in this haunting ballad. All right, that was, I could not find a story on it except that it was about two young people who loved each other, and the parents of one wouldn't let them get together, so they killed themselves. It's more of a Romeo and Juliet type story than a murder ballad. But the song is good. I like the song. And go check it out. It's a good one. All right. Hope you enjoyed. See you back soon.